From the same studio that brought you Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan the final season, now Studio Mappa brings forth another gem that I guarantee if you're watching this video right now, you're going to want to stay tuned to find out why this series is taking the world by storm in the spring 2023 anime season. By the way, it's called Hell's Paradise. The story written by Yuji Kaku is a story that it's definitely not for the faint of heart. It's definitely something that is a bit brutal, and most people will probably be like, yeah, I probably can't handle that. Take me back to my regular shonen material. This is too much for me. And if you would be so kind to hit that subscribe button and that bell, I'd greatly appreciate it. You'd get to watch my videos more often, and I'd get you watching. It's a win-win. Please subscribe. Because fam, when I first started watching this, I couldn't freaking believe my eyes. Like, what the heck am I experiencing right now, fam? What the heck is going on? Because in case you don't know about Hell's Paradise, well, matter of fact, let me just read you a synopsis so you get a little bit up to speed on exactly what this whole series is about. Captured during an assassination mission, Gabimaru the Hollow is sentenced to be executed, but nothing seems to kill him due to his superhuman body. Believing his love for his wife to be subconsciously keeping him alive, executioner Yamada Asemon Sagiri offers him the chance to be pardoned of all the crimes by the shogunate if he finds the elixir of life on Shinsekyo, a legendary realm recently discovered southwest of the Ryukyu kingdom. After losing 5 expedition teams sent to the island, this time the shogunate sends a group of death row convicts. The convicts are each given a Yamada Asemon executioner who they must return with in order to obtain the pardon. So yeah, pretty much imagine like Suicide Squad, but in anime terms, and of course without the notoriety of the characters being popular from other mediums prior to this. But the exchange is that you get freaking epic, beautiful art and animation that looks so freaking good because Studio Mappa, again, as I said before, they're a very big deal. They've done series that, you know, blow people's minds, again, like Jujutsu Kaisen. That animation was massively crisp. Chainsaw Man was unique, and Attack on Titan's final season has been very much so tip-top shape, and Hell's Paradise is no exception. Because based off the first episode alone, I was massively impressed, and it felt very intimate. It felt very like, okay, this is dark, this is brutal, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's all over the place because essentially the main character, again, Gabimaru the Hollow, is in captivity and awaiting execution. And it's definitely fascinating off the rip to see that this character seemingly conflicted within himself, the fact that he is basically saying, yeah, I want to die, looking forward to death, and yet at the same time, there's lingering feelings within him that kind of cause him to reject death, so to speak. And it was just honestly brilliant because they try to kill him multiple different ways. They try to hang him, they tried all sorts of very graphic and brutal attempts on his life. However, nothing seemed to be effective except once this executioner comes in, it's a whole different ball game, fam. And therein lies where he comes to the realization, oh snap, I do have something to live for. I think there's a deep philosophical theme that you can definitely extract off the first episode alone, and as well with the second episode, is that human beings, when they're pushed to the limits, when humans feel as though what they care for and what they love out of life is in ultimate jeopardy if they're not around, that's when survival mode kicks in. I feel as though Gabimaru's survival mode is one of the major aspects that took this series from, it could have just been, hey, he's executed, that's the end of it, to, wow, he's going on this very deadly journey in order to potentially be reunited with his wife. Hands down, the music is fantastic, the visuals are fantastic, the characters so far, Gabimaru himself is pretty intricate, as well as the executioner that is coming and attempting on his life. But aside from that, it doesn't seem like the most gigantic cast up until episode 2, which starts introducing some characters, but it still feels like there's a lot more to be said and a lot more to be introduced of this series as it continues on. Because by the time we get to the second episode, it's like, okay, episode 1, he was already trying to execute, homie. He was already, you know what I'm saying, basically making a deal. Hey, you can live and potentially see your wife that, who knows, she might not even care about you at this particular point if you survive this whole death game on an island and bring back some weird elixir. It's like pretty much they're telling homie, yo, you can live if you go find the fountain of youth. Like, what? But by episode 2, when he's united with all these bandits that essentially are all on death row and told, hey, by the way, we can't take all of you to this new island in order to compete in this game, which have left the only person that ever survived from this island with a bunch of flowers coming out of his body and basically brain dead. So how about a few of you, you know, get on with it and just start slaughtering each other until there's a small amount to meet the amount of executioners we have. Like, let's go with that. But once again, it drives to a little bit of a fascinating point that despite all of that, despite the fact that Gabimaru was was an assassin in his life and killed for essentially monetary gain, ultimately that's not something that he appreciates doing or therefore even wants to do. Because while all the other convicts and inmates are essentially attacking each other and murdering one by one, Gabimaru goes to plead to the shogunate like, yo, can we do something else to decide who gets to go to the island? Like, do we have to kill? Which again opens more layers to this character. The fact that initially he starts off with he just wants to die, to then he comes to the realization like, no, I don't want to die. I want to be with my wife. I want to protect my wife. I love my wife. To, hey, I was previously an assassin that killed people for money, but I really don't like to kill people, and if I don't have to, I won't. And then it goes even further when the inmates decide to press him on, no, we're cool. We don't mind killing. Come over here. Let us kill you. To where Gabimaru's resolve kind of slides back into survival mode of, no, if you try to kill me, I'm going to kill you. And so he does, because yes, episode 2 gets even more graphic than the first episode, where Gabimaru showcases exactly why he is called the Hollow, because homie just does not care. He don't got no F's to give. Homie just starts slaughtering the prisoners right then and there, demonstrating that despite the fact of his stature is small, slim, overall looking a little bit young, he is nevertheless very fierce and potentially capable of surviving this whole death game on this island that left the only survivor as a vegetable. He's potentially capable of making it out of there and returning back to his wife. Although my theory is that his wife A isn't alive anymore, B has moved on, C has a new husband, or D is just gonna be tragic whenever he does reunite with her. But then there's also the other character, Sagiri, that I thought was a pretty interesting character as well. Again, she's the executioner that is assigned to taking out Gabimaru. And to give you a little idea of what she's all about, she's a master swordsman from the famed Yamada Asemon family of executioners, where she is the only female executioner. She recruits Gabimaru for the expedition after seeing his talent and strong will to live. However, she is ranked last, 12th in the Yamada Asemon hierarchy, and it seems as though she has her own internal conflicts regarding murder, because despite the fact that she's an executioner, she just never felt right with murdering people. It's just, I mean, at the end of the day, if you have a conscience, any sort of value of it, yeah, you're probably not going to want to go on and just start killing people. So I definitely see massive room for character development and just in general a bond between the two of them. Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, Sagiri doesn't look that bad. Maybe Gabimaru might be like, yo, my wife is cool and all, but Sagiri, how about we execute this mattress? No. And I definitely got to throw some praise towards the sword fights. Those sword battles in this series thus far have looked awesome, with the battle between Gabimaru and his executioner in the first episode looking great, and then all around the savagery of the battles in episode 2 between the prisoners on death row. Yeah, the fights, if you want some great ones, this looks like this series is going to be delivering them in pristine art and animation that you love from Studio Mappa. Definitely a very brutal show. If you have the stomach for it, I highly recommend checking it out. It looks as though Studio Mappa has done it again with bringing forth absolute greatness. As it stands right now, it seems as though Hell's Paradise is slated for 13 episodes with potential for a second season that'll amount to roughly 24-25 episodes, but I don't believe we have full-on confirmation just yet. However, I recommend jumping on board for the ride, because it seems as though Gabimaru the Hollow, as well as his executioner by his side, is in for one brutal, graphic, and dare I say it, hell of a time. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and hit that bell to get more. Have an awesome day.
I have a dream, alone in my room as I sit with the tea. Couldn't possibly think what I often see, and you don't even know how I often blink. Lights be flashing and looking at me, such a odd, unique, yet I'm so unique, and you're looking at me. If the walls could talk, they would probably read bleak, and I'd probably say, bitch, get the fuck off me.